Welcome everyone. Today finds me in Seattle, and today we are going to look at a lot of interesting tidbits, just odds and ends. And behind me you see a troll, a giant troll who lives under the Aurora Bridge. This troll was designed and built by 4 artists. Obviously, he was styled under the troll that lived under the bridge in the Norwegian fairy tale, The Three Billy Goats Gruff. Now look at this. There's actually a Volkswagen built into this structure. I think it's a real Volkswagen. Yeah, it's a real Volkswagen, all right. Take a look at this guy. I think that might be a hubcap up there for his eye. Yeah, the troll's big hands, and he's clutching that Volkswagen. Look, there's even a tire under there. This way since 1990. And here we are, high atop the troll. You can crawl right up on top of the troll's head. But I'm not going to. Quite an impressive sculpture. And here's the story of the Fremont Troll. It said it was designed and built by Steve Badanes, Will Martin, Donna Walter, and Ross Whitehead. And it says you can donate, but I think it would just get vandalized and stolen. And now it's time to leave the troll and head to interesting location number 2. This was originally located in Belmont, and they were going to get rid of it, so the Fremont Business District Association decided, let's get it. And they put it here on the corner of 35th Street and Evans. And you can see that it has red lighting up and down the side. And not only is there a rocket here, but Saturn's here as well. And there on the side it says De Liberatis Quercus, or freedom to be peculiar. And perched up there with Saturn, it is indeed peculiar. Also located here in Fremont is a statue of Lenin. Oh, not John Lennon. You'd expect that in a city like Seattle. No, I'm talking about Vladimir Lenin. And let me tell you, this is a huge statue. This impressive 16-foot statue was originally created in 1988 in Czechoslovakia. It was part of the Soviet Union's propaganda machine. Of course, soon after came the fall of the Soviet Union, and this bronze statue was found deserted. It was sold for scrap. So a local man named Louis Carpenter took it home to Fremont. Personally, I find this to be one of the more disturbing monuments in this city. And I'm not sure I understand the significance of the red hand. Is that blood on his hand, or just representing the red Soviet Union? Next on our list is this quirky statue. It's called Waiting for the Interurban. And you can see there are all kinds of items, in this case Hawaiian leis, on the statue. That's not vandalism, it's part of the artwork. It was intended by the artist. In 1976, artist Richard Beyer created this sculpture. It commemorated the Interurban Light Railway that used to connect all the different parts of Seattle. And the interesting part about this sculpture is every time you see it, it looks different because people are invited to come by and decorate it. However, there are caveats. Keep it in good taste. Don't take off things that look like they're fresh decoration. And finally, come and pick up after yourself a few days after your additions to the statue have been exhibited. Most of the faces are not that unusual. One person's yawning, one person's waiting for the bus, a mother and her child, a young man, someone reading a book. But there is something particularly quirky, and it's the dog. Right back here is the dog, and he has the face of a bearded man. And there's the dog from the back, so you can see it's absolutely a dog. But this dog has the face of a man. The face on the dog is another local legend named Armand Napoleon Stepanian. He was the unofficial mayor of Fremont in the early years and is known as the godfather of recycling. Armand's tireless activism and dogged persistence pioneered Seattle's highly successful recycling program. Get it? Dogged persistence? And as interesting and fun as that statue is, there's one more sculpture I want you to see. We're not going to leave you thinking about Vladimir Lenin. Oh no. We're going to think of something far more fun. Why, it's J.P. Patches. And if you're not familiar with J.P. Patches, you are not a child in Seattle in the 1950s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. Because J.P. Patches was a television show, a kid show, that spanned 4 decades. Starting in 1958 and running all the way until 1981. Now, isn't that a beautiful woman? That's Gertrude, J.P. Patches' wife. Gertrude was played by Bob Newman. Yes, the wife was a man. Bob played up to as many as 13 other characters. And J.P. himself was played by Bob Wedes. While the statue down the street is called Waiting for Interurban, this statue is called Late for Interurban. And look at that. He's got an astonished look on his face as he realized, I am late. And what a wacky watch. He's wearing it backwards, upside down. And part of the sculpture is this, the ICU2 TV. And if you look through the ICU2 TV, you get a great view of Patches and Gertrude. The ICU TV was used to look back at kids. Get it? ICU2. And some kids, when they would bring this out, they would run and hide because they wouldn't want JP to see them in their pajamas. And you can see it's got the old tuning knobs on it. They really work. I guess one is for volume and one is to change the channel. And if you look, you can still find episodes of this show on YouTube. And what's funny is everything looks so cheap. The ICU2 TV is made out of cardboard. Most of the set was made out of old, cut up, taped together cardboard. But you know, quality TV isn't just about set design. It's about how much fun and how you can connect with people. And I think it's too bad that we don't have very much local television anymore. And kids growing up today can't see their heroes on TV and actually go and visit them and maybe even sit in the audience. This certainly isn't all the weird stuff in Seattle. It is a quirky city. But I think it's all I'm going to have a chance to look at this trip. I hope you enjoyed our visit to all these different statues and sculptures. If you did, please like and share the videos. Leave your comments down below. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. And you might consider becoming a Patreon sponsor, where sponsors of $3 or more get personal postcards from me and the various places I visit. Thanks for joining me, everyone. I'm Mark with the Average Me channel. And there's a peculiar looking building. Along with all these weird sculptures. I think I'm the first person ever to do this. What do you think?